Hey folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, issue 1 by IDW. Now there is violence, killing, cyborgs, weapons, blood, an attempted suicide, a dictator, and more violence in this one, so if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. All right, here's the team that worked on this. Quite a lot of people, really. Don't really, yeah, don't recognize anyone here. Yeah, there you go. That's the team. All right, now this is actually me rereading The Last Ronin. The first time I read it was in January of 2021. And I did make a video back then, but it was on a different editing software. That only had it for a week, free trial. I didn't edit the video fast enough, and yeah, basically it got lost, which is a shame. I quite liked how that video turned out, but it is what it is. I'm back to it now. So, my reactions probably won't be the same as back then. That's what I also liked. But, I'll start with this right off. So, when I first read it, I was like, up until the end, I was like, damn, who is it? Who's the turtle? Who's the last Ronin? The last remaining turtle. And when I got to the end, I was like, holy shit. No fucking way. Just no way. I remember, I think in the original video, I already told that towards the end, but here I'll start at the beginning. It's Mikey. I was astounded. I was like, okay, this has to be, back then I was like, okay, this has to be either Raphael or Leonardo. I was like, no way this is Mikey, and no way this is Donatello. When we learned it's Michelangelo, I'm like, holy shit, no fucking way. It was so shocking the first time. But even rereading this now I knew who it was, but I was like, oh man, how can this be Mikey? Alright, let's start with the story. So we have Mikey. He's standing on the other side of the city where they lived. I forgot which one it was. But anyway, it's now like Alcatraz. There's no more bridges. There are no boats. You can't reach it. You can only swim in disgusting polluted water, which would be very toxic for a human. But luckily, Mikey is not a human, and he's clearly talking to He's talking to his brothers. I mean, you don't know that at first, but it was clear to me who he was talking to back then wasn't there. Because we see the speech bubbles, but we don't even see anyone. So it's like, okay, so these are voices probably, not real. And yeah, the more we go in, the more apparent the more we realize. So Mikey crosses the bunk by swimming, nasty, and reaches the island where the city is, and he climbs up the wall. Now there's security. It's more towards making sure no one escapes than anyone breaking in. That seems to be what they're more concerned about. And he goes into the city, and oh boy, is it a crowded one. Then he starts going through. So what Mikey's there to do, he's there to kill Shredder's grandson. Like Mikey said, since we were born, our father taught us to defend the family honor, because there's a feud between our family and Shredder's. I don't think that was in the series. That I don't recall anyway. So yeah, he's here to finish this. To bring back the honor to his family by killing Shredder's grandson. Fucking sirens. Typical. His name is Oroku Hiroto. I'll leave it up here on screen. I'm pretty sure I botched that one as well. We'll just call him Hiroto. Come on, pass already, bloody sirens. Give it a minute. Ah, come on, come on, come on. Uh, so that's what he's there to do. And we also learn that the other three were obviously dead. But he does. Mikey keeps. I guess his psyche just imagines them in his head. They're talking to him, giving him advice, and naturally, they do appear in front of us. In his mind anyway. And they're all in. Their masks are all in black. So we do up until the last page, we have no idea who this is. Obviously, because he's also wearing black. So Mikey makes his way through the city, but before he's like, okay, I have to reach that building. I think it's a higher floor, because of course Shredder's grandson's gonna do it by classes. He's a real A-class prick. And to get up there, Mikey steals a motorcycle. And I think he steals the motorcycle of, I suspect that is Casey and April's daughter. Just the way she looks, the black hair. I was like, okay, this character is going to be important the first time I read it. And then towards the end, I was like, she must be related to Casey. I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong. Now that I'll finally continue this series, I'll find out. But I think she must be his daughter. At least I suspect. So Mikey gets that and he starts going through the city. He reaches the higher level. He has to fight his way through so many cyborgs and androids. They're the Foot Clan. So he keeps going through all of these, remembering, the lessons Master Splinter taught them, blowing up things. As you can see, he has all of their weapons with him, and these two new ones. He carries them with him, which made it, even more confusing because you don't know what turtle that is. There's all the weapons there. Well, he continues, and we briefly move on to Hiroto. He's up in his palace. He's the real piece of work, that guy. He's staying there, he wants perfect order. And then when he learns of this intruder, he's obviously not happy about it. And he tells him, capture him, use lethal force, use whatever. Get him. He says that more later on. At first he's like, get the intruder. I'm busy. So yeah, that's Shredder's grandson. The bastard son of Shredder's daughter? I don't remember if Shredder had kids. He must have had. Or this is just for this story. Don't know. Mikey keeps making his way through and he finally reaches the building where Hiroto is. And he starts going in, and it all seems very impossible. There's all these guards and cyborgs. Yeah, Hiroto's a real pussy, it seems. He doesn't want to come and face him. He's like frenetically at his, his head of security, like, get him, use lethal force, execute him. I want his head on the spike, or I'll have your head on the spike. So it keeps going. You can see Hiroto's following the security cameras. Mikey's like, I'm coming for you, Hiroto. It keeps going, and he's up. Mikey's almost up in the most higher levels. Also, before that, while he's approaching towards the building, we see that he's... he knocks the cyborg, and he sees that he's somewhat looks human underneath, so... I don't know, it might be a synthetic human. Synthetic. So yeah, Hiroto seems to be doing some scientific shit. So he's almost there. Hiroto sends more robots towards him. These little ones that look like piggies. I don't know, Mikey just takes these weapons and just bashes them together and they fly away. But then a bigger robot goes for him. He shoves a sword in, but he didn't calculate the impact properly, the momentum. Sorry, and they both fall out of the window, and they keep falling. And Mikey's so distressed. I was so close. I can't believe I failed. And he keeps falling and falling, and yeah, a nasty landing. But somehow he's still alive. Oh, and Hiroto, well, he falls, and Hiroto's like fanatically laughing. You think I would face such filth that I would, dishonor myself? And all I can think of, man, what a pussy. Like, you're Shredder's grandson. Shredder would fight. Come on, man. Get out there. Move your butt. You're too comfortable, aren't you, dickhead? But we don't know. We'll see. He seems to not get the feud, what Mikey's after. But we'll still know that he's the reason the other brothers are dead. He killed them all a decade ago, he says. Which, the time is confusing because Mikey looks really old. So, and he does say about the city there's been a few decades of pollution. So, does that mean the turtles were running around somewhere else? And, for a few decades, and a decade ago, he decided to kill them? It's just confusing. Like, what happened where, And anyway, we go. Oh, now. Oh wait, that happens. I'm trying to think. Which one of these happens first? Wait, does Hero to? Ah, yeah. It's before back to Mikey. I don't wait. Okay, so first we get back to Mikey. He again somehow survived the fall, but he's bleeding and obviously injured. He's like, I'm not going to let them, kill me off like this. I'm going to go and, essentially commit harakiri, as we find out later. So he picks himself up and starts to run. The cyborgs of the Foot Clan are down there telling people to get away. They're authorized to use lethal force. And then, who I take is Casey's daughter. I'll just call her that for this issue until I know who she actually is. She tells them, hey, bag of bolts. The guy you're looking for is alive and he went that way. Now she lies to them, tells her, gang, or her friends, I don't know, they all have bikes, so they're sort of a gang. She tells them, you stay here, make sure they don't come back, and she follows where Mikey left. There's a trail of blood, which is very bad. Then we go back to Hiroto. He said, to think that, that Mikey could think he could stop him. And that he thought he murdered all of the turtles a decade ago. Well, he made a mistake and I was going to fix it. A mistake he won't make again. He'll make sure he kills them. Kills Mikey this time. And then we see that his mother is in where his office is. She's in this chamber. I don't know if she's dead or sick or what. She seems to be very young, so I'm guessing she's suspended maybe? Had some disease, is she brain dead? And Hiroto says, I'm going to complete what you started, Mother. I've completed what you started. Then let's call him head of security or chief of security. He comes to Hiroto, and Hiroto's like, why so empty-handed, Captain, or head of security? What, was there nothing left to even bring back? And obviously the chief's like terrified. And he says, no, Master Hiroto. He escaped. Ooh. Yeah, I'm guessing that chief's head was on the spike later on. We go back to the sewers. Mikey is struggling through. He's bleeding, but he reaches somewhere in the sewers. It's, I guess, safe enough, and he starts to take off all his gear, everything. And he puts down the weapons, and he takes out a little bag. that contains their eye covers. You know, what covers their eyes, all of their eye covers that they had. Well, because now he's in a black one, and he lays them on top of the weapons, and then he takes a book, which I take it belonged to Master Splinter, and he says how he failed. How he failed to honor his family, and most he's disappointed that he failed Master Splinter, their father. I don't know if Master Splinter would have wanted him to commit harakiri. I'm probably butchering that, but yeah. Not definitely a very sad moment. It's about to. He takes Leo's sword, and he's about to, he's in position, he's about to shove it into his gut. And we see behind Casey's daughter approaching, and he's like, what? But before Mikey can do anything, his injuries get the best of him, and he falls, saying, no, not now, not like this. This is why he tried to escape into the sewer, so the Foot Clan cyborgs won't be able to execute him. He wanted to die on his own terms. So as he falls, Casey's daughter approaches him, and she's like, like crap, holy shit, you're a mutant turtle. So, and that's what made my suspicion stronger when I read the first time. I mean, she knows what a turtle is, right? So she must at the very least, know Casey and April. At the very least. But I think she's related to them. I think maybe their daughter. Maybe not. I could be mistaken, but I don't know. I think that Casey is probably dead too. I think. Because I kind of imagine he would be wreaking havoc on Shredder's grandson if he was alive. But who knows? Maybe he is. Although I somehow doubt that. I have a feeling. Well, then we have Mikey waking up suddenly back in the old lair with his brothers around him. And they're telling him, wake up, sleepyhead. And he's like, where are we? And I'm like, well... I think it's Raphael talking to him. What did you expect? The Ritz Hotel, Twinkle Toes? Basically, they're all sitting. He's talking to them. And then he turns to look. It's him very young now in this. Well, I don't know. Is he? Because before that, you see, like on a heart monitor. It beats, then flatlines, continues to flatline, and starts to beat again. So I think he maybe died temporarily and then came back to life. Right, then, and then someone says, thank God you're up. And then Mikey turns and he's like, what? And now we're back in reality. And Michelangelo's like, April? Is that really you? And she says, yes. Thank God you're up, you're alive. You worried me. And she says, but who are you talking to, Michelangelo? And that's where the issue ends. And it was good to reread this again. I forgot how good this was. And I loved the first issue back then. I think maybe I showed it in the video that I've read it. I think I did. But it was just as good this time around. Even though I already knew it was Michelangelo, it was still in some parts hard to believe. It's just... Yeah, I think Michelangelo is like the more innocent, the most innocent and sweet among all the brothers. And just to see him, become like this so hard and rough and miserable as well, because like he says, the only thing he has left is sheer will. When he fights the cyborgs, they're strong, but he still beats them easily. So yeah, I mean, fuck, who knows what Mikey's been through? How long it's been? I mean, it's been a decade without his brothers, but how long before that were they fighting? Because it's obviously been a few decades since whatever happened. So does that mean that already Shredder's grandson was taking over? Because he looks quite young, I must say. I give him at most 30, so maybe the Shredder was still around and helping? I think he's older. He could be older and I'm mistaken. I don't know. There's so much to find out in here. Like, what happened? So obviously Master Splinter and the other turtles are dead. But how did Hiroto kill them? What did he do? What did he use? How did Mikey survive? What did he do for a decade? Because as he says, this was a suicide mission, and yeah, it was. But was that it? Was for a whole decade he was just planning revenge and to get back his family's honor? Where was he all those years? Obviously not in the city, since it's not like Alcatraz. But where did he go? Who did he stay with? There's so many questions I hope to get the answers to. So yeah, this was awesome. I'm glad now I have the other issues. I will get issue 4, but I think there's a chance I might not be able to get issue 5. So I might have to buy the trade to actually finish reading the story. But still, doesn't matter. Okay, let's get to the art. I'm not blabbering on as much as I thought I would. So yeah, I know this is not that new, but I still can't show you that much. There we go. Now, this is a much bigger than your average comic, as you probably could tell. I had to make the camera, the range bigger for this. There we go. There's Mikey. There's the watch. As you can see, like someone's talking to him, but we don't see them. Because his brothers. Also, you know what happened? When did he start imagining his brothers in his head? Look at that. There we go. You see, that's how the city. Oh, and that's the. Yeah, I'll leave it in the title if there's any room. If not, down below. Wish for death. That's part 1. You can see it's not like Alcatraz. No bridges, no nothing. There's all the waste. But you can see, like, there's cities there, so I wonder, like, did he take control of this city only, or is it the whole world? Oh, no, wait, there's a boat there. Maybe I think that's an island. Never mind. So yeah, the art is good. The coloring here is bloody awesome. They use it so well. Like each scene you read has the the atmosphere. Like when Mikey's about to commit suicide, yeah, everything's red. Great use of colors in here. This sucks you right into the story. Or like when when he sees his brothers or maybe when he's dying, like everything's in this glowing soft yellow. Very well done. Very well done. I do love the style. Looks great. This was awesome. I'm so glad to reread this. I'm even more happy and now I can now continue with the series. Which this time I will. This is a good cover too. I think this is the second printing what I have. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't really care about what printing it is. I think this might be the second one. Oh, but I do have to show you one ridiculous thing about all this. The only one. And nothing to do with the story, though. It's the amount of fucking variant fucking covers. Look at this. It even says collect them all. What is this, Pokemon? Look at this. Look at all these covers. I mean, come on, man. This is a great comic, but fuck off. Like, what for what? Do you really need so many bloody variants? I mean, well done. Get your money, but still, look at this. This is look at their eyeballs. This is ridiculous. Oh, that one's cool. Now, this is ridiculous, man. Just way too ridiculous. Nah, like, fuck off. Come on. But all these is sold for, like, a lot of dollars. Oh, look at that one. That's a sad one. Like, these are not that good because they're revealing. Oh. Yep, that passed. Now I have to do some editing. So that's it, folks. Let me know if you've read the last Ronin. I think that probably a lot of people did, since it took me a whole fucking year to get back to it. But yeah, still, let me know what you thought of the story. No spoilers, of course. Did you enjoy it? Did you read the full story? What do you think? Did you get any of the gazillion variants? And that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!